Hi Mini enthusiasts, how you doing? So that's another week gone by and it's time for part 9 of the Classic Mini Winter Workshop. I'd just like to ask you before we start, if you enjoy the videos, if you get something out of them, if you feel they add value, then please hit like and subscribe to my channel as well. So it's been a pretty busy week and I've managed to get quite a lot done on the car. Quite productive last weekend, managed to get some bits ordered. And I wasn't working away this week, so that means I was home in the evenings and able to get little bits done on the car in the evenings, which is great. So as you might have seen, the car's all under covers at the moment, or sheets anyway. So this evening I'm just ready to repaint the arches on the back there, or inside the arches at least anyway. So I've covered it up nicely just to make sure we don't get any overspray. So first things first, as you can see, I've got the shock absorbers off the back. These are Koni shock absorbers, so I've just given them a quick clean up. What's interesting actually, I've had a sports pack before and I could never work out how you actually adjust the shock absorbers on them. You can't adjust them without taking them off the car, but when you do it's relatively simple. So if you fully extend the shock absorber, inside here there's a little plastic protector at the bottom, and then inside the cup itself there is a rubber bump stop, which if you poke a screwdriver or something pointy down the hole there, you can take the bump stop out the bottom. When you've got the bump stop out, you just fully compress the damper and you'll feel it lock in at the bottom, and then you just click it, or you turn it left or right until you hear it click, and that adjusts. I think if you rotate it clockwise, that softens it, and if you rotate it anti-clockwise, it makes the damper a little bit more stiff. So these dampers, they're the original ones, I assume anyway. They still seem to be functioning pretty well. There's no leaks or anything like that. The seals look good, so could maybe do with a new lick of paint, but they're not bad, to be honest. I think I'll just go with them as they are. But as ever, me with attention to detail, I did notice that the Koni stickers are no longer on them or have worn off, so I went on eBay, got some new Koni stickers, so once they go back on they'll look like new again. So they're ready to go back on. I think in an earlier video, I can't remember what it was part 5 I think, I spoke to you about the Cooper emblems for the middle of the wheels. So mine are just a little bit worn out, grubby. So I ordered some new ones off eBay. They turned up, the finish on them was really poor. Lesson learnt there. So this time I went to Mini Sport, who do the genuine Cooper accessories. So I've ordered a brand new set from Mini Sport. I was quite impressed with the way they come packaged actually, with a genuine seal on there, so you can see they're genuine ones, and the finishes on them is exactly as I'd expect, to be honest. It's a mirror finish, there's no blemishes on it, and it comes pre-drilled ready with the holes. Also ordered new wheel nuts, so obviously one's lock-in, so 12 new wheel nuts, and that's just to replace the worn out old ones because they have metal shrouds on them, and when they get taken on and off a few times the metal shrouds come loose. So brand new set of wheel nuts ready to go on the car as well. Gear knob, I think I mentioned that last time, but that's off the car. Found somewhere to get the leather refurbished on that now, so I'll send that away in February. Get that done, get that looking like new again. Mini Spares were kind enough to send some 50th anniversary stickers, so they'll get stuck on the toolbox. And finally I've got the arch screws for repairing the arches. So I'll just grab the arch in a moment and I'll show you how they work, but they're really good actually. They work pretty well. So what generally happens, and I think this is quite a common problem with sports pack arches, particularly on the front where they're a little bit more susceptible to puddles and rainwater and that sort of thing, the water gets behind the wheel arch. It corrodes where the stud goes into the wheel arch itself, and then when you come to taking them out, the stud just spins inside the plastic. So what I could actually see on these when I was spinning is it was flexing the plastic on the outside, so that can make them quite a bit of a job to get off. So when you do, you can usually get them out of a pair of mole grips or something like that, but obviously then you've got no stud there. So like I say, mini spares or mini sport do these little repair studs, and I've seen them on eBay as well, I think from Wooden Picket, but they work pretty well. These are stainless steel so they won't corrode, and they're just slightly oversized, and they've got a self-tapping thread which you can self-tap into the plastic arch, and then they're good to go again. And obviously being stainless steel, they're not going to corrode like the old ones. Okay, so this is the offside rear wheel arch, just while we got the car in the garage. Like I say, another couple of months till the show season really. Just going to give the up behind the arches a bit of a clean. Bodywork, paintwork behind the arches is fine itself, but if we look up inside the arch, there's no holes or anything, just a little bit scabby. Just want to catch that now, because I think if it's left for another year, I think that'll probably corrode through. So we'll get that cleaned up, get a bit of cure rust on it, and then paint it. It looks like there's a bit of a repair down in the bottom here, so I need to clean that off and see what's going on there. But it doesn't look like there's any holes, like I say, just scabby bits really. So I think the first thing we'll do is get that shock absorber out, start giving it a clean up, and see what we find. So what started out as a little piece of cleaning up turned into a bit of welding, because I don't know if you can see there, but I've plated a patch on there because when I cleaned it back, unfortunately the rust had penetrated through the metal. So yeah, that was a bit of a surprise. So that's the first base coat on now. We'll leave that probably 20 minutes, half an hour. Put a second slightly thicker coat on that, and then we'll be ready for the lacquer. Okay guys, so thanks for watching right to the end. If you did, that's this wheel arch done now. There's 3 more to go, so hopefully they're not as difficult as this one. In the end we ended up with a repair section at the top here that was seam welded in, cut out all the rust, and the same at the front here. There was a section that needed cutting out, so cut out to clean metal and then seam welded. Shock absorber's obviously back in with the nice Koni sticker on there, and I just, while I was here, cleaned up the subframe, put a bit of cure rust on it. It's still drying at the moment. The high-low come out, cleaned up the knuckle, put that back in, cleaned up all the threads on the high-low, put it back together. So that's done now, and like I say, 3 more to go. So thanks for watching. Cheers.